that is confident, and confidence translates to looking effortless.
Yes.
Okay? You don't want to look like you never want to look like you tried too hard. Hence my comments about, so what if you work out, don't necessarily wear muscle shirts on a date. Definitely don't do that on a first date. Okay? Do not do that.
And
Absolutely.
I know that spring and summer is coming up, Lanny. And what type of shorts do you recommend in general for warm dates nights or coffee dates? What's your
So
hit, Selma?
that is a great question, because I notice a lot of men will wear something that they've had for years, and khaki, those khaki shorts with the great big pockets that go like you could put a book on both sides. You know what I'm talking about, right? Don't do those. So it's just sloppy looking. They might look pretty good on the rack because they're all nicely ironed and they're all flat and they don't look so poofy. But the minute you wash them,
Yeah,
it look like that anymore. You look like so wear something more streamlined. So the trend is to definitely do a cotton fabric. Prana makes some really nice men's cotton shorts. So they're a little dressier, and they come in different colors, natural colors like khaki, different shades of brown, different like soft washes of blue, nothing too bright typically. And have them, so those are the type, they come right above the knee, not too high. So don't ever wear like fitness shorts on dates, no matter how fit you are, never. Like no, runner shorts are absolutely no. Don't wear those basketball shorts on dates. That's not appropriate to wear on a date. I'm not on a first date, obviously, unless it's your girlfriend. So keep it a little dressier, nice cottony shorts that don't have giant pockets in them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Try to stay away from denim shorts that have big pockets also. And so the general rule of thumb, without me showing you exactly what I'm talking about, stay away from heavy fabrics. So a lot of times like denim shorts, if you find denim shorts, you have to be careful because they have to be a light, thin fabric.
Yeah.
And they can't have a big pockets in them. So the more older style, and you'll still see them at like Sears, JCPenney's, you'll see the men's shorts that are like a super thick fabric. And they have the typical, they've had the same style for 25 years. Like don't to stay away from those. So yeah, just dressier, more slim cut, longer, cottony shorts that you can wear with topsiders, the ones that that you can wear with socks that don't show. You can wear nice flip-flops with those, like leather flip-flops, look masculine. I like the look of that. Do you think if you take care of your toenails, like nice leather, thicker, manly flip-flops look good with that, with a nice t-shirt, doing the half tuck belt thing. That's a really good look for hot days where you just want to go out for coffee. That's a really great look to go out for coffee with someone.
Yeah.
Afternoon.
I totally agree with you with the shorts because like you were saying, those fisherman shorts, don't cut it, or camping short, just don't cut it.
Yeah, camping shorts.
I have no idea why they invented those and it became a fashion at one point, but that was in the past. And it makes you look shorter. Honestly, the bigger your shorts are, I find it makes the men look shorter.
Yes. It's not an attractive look pretty much on anyone. And the reason the stores keep selling them is because they keep bringing them in is because they keep selling.
Yeah.
Don't be fooled to think that that's a good thing. That's the reason they have them in there. Trust me, I used to work in retail years ago.
Okay. So yeah, there you go. You got an expert on the floor and is in trend and she works there, so she knows, she's seen it all.
It doesn't mean it's in style just because it's in the store.
Yeah, it's true. Just because it's in store, it doesn't, it's good for you, right?
Right.
Because I find that a lot of these big baggy shorts, especially like you were saying, like basketball shorts, they're big and baggy and they look like dresses on men, and it looks
Yeah.
heavy. The material looks really heavy
Yeah.
on them. And, and I really like men with shorts that either like a slightly touching above the knee and
Yeah.
not like below the knee where it's hitting the
Right.
calf.
Exactly. So right above the knee
Yeah.
is a good spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So men, look in your drawers. If you see any of these shorts that is making your hip look wider than it needs to be, get rid of them.
Those are only
Donate them. I don't throw them in the garbage. Go and give them to charity.
Yes.
And somebody else can use that for something else, right? But
it could be your lawn mowing shorts.
Yeah, that's fine.
Work in the yard. That's perfectly okay in your backyard.
Yeah, and that's totally fine. If you can separate home clothing, date clothing, and work clothing,
yes,
you're set to go. But if you can't do that, it messes you up. Honestly, you can just donate it. That's my recommendation. Lanny, what's your thought on that?
On donating? Or
donating, like if men can't really separate, they just throw it all in there and it's all got mixed up. They can't tell what's for good for date and what isn't. And men are very logical that way. It's like, it's a short, it's clean, and we go.
Yes, yes. So that's difficult. Men do have trouble because, in general, and this will resonate with you, men, as I say this. When you find something that you like, whether it's even a t-shirt in a style that this fits good, you'll probably buy 3 or 4 of the same color. I mean, in different colors, right? You'll have a white and you want a black and go, oh yeah, what other colors does come to? You'll ask the the lady at the counter, and then you'll buy 4 of the same thing. Same thing with shorts. If you find jeans that you want, you're probably buying 2, Okay, so I understand the psychology of men.
Yes.
If it's something that needs to go out, what you need to do is go through on your drawers, and you have to put things in donation piles, because that'll help you feel better. Throwing them out. So just put it in a donation box. Go through every one of your shirts, seeing if it fits properly. It's just what you're kind of asking, Cindy, like, how do we go through and sort?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I want to make sure I'm on the same track. Yeah. Okay, so you need your donation pile, and that which shirts are like you're working in the yard or painting clothes, put that in a separate pile. That doesn't need to go into your drawers. It needs to go into a box in your closet, so you can get that separately. The clothes in your drawers and the ones hanging in your closet are the ones that you're going to be wearing regularly. So this is how you go through your things, one at a time. If you have clothes that are too small for you, if they ride up too short on you, if they shrunk, that's a donation or garbage pile. I mean, there's some things you'll look at, you'll go, yeah, I don't even know why this is in here. And there's a trash pile, donation pile in your work clothes. And the rest of it, you work around, and then you go to the store and you get updated pieces. Mm-hmm. Okay.
No, that's really a great, important.
And this is a good time. This is a good time of year to do that.
Yeah, especially if you haven't gone through your wardrobe, and it's a big clutter, and when things are clutter, you can't really focus on what's right and what's not good, right? So go in your closet, do a spring clean, and and create a budget for yourself. And I'm going to spend $500 to have new summer and spring clothes, and that's all it really takes, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Especially if you don't have the money, and that's totally fine. But for my executives, they enjoy putting a good investment in a nice clothes, and that's totally fine. But again, age is a big factor. A lot of men. So just because if it fit 10 years ago, it won't be the same 10 years today.
Yes, exactly. And so that's why, I do work with a lot of men too, because they need help. Their body changes. Everybody's body changes. And there's a way to dress for your body type.
Yeah. And I want to touch base on about, if a lot of men and women just, could gain weight and around the mid area, and it looks like a muffin top, if you want to call it that. What is your tip? How do we camouflage that? And I understand that could be a challenge for shopping.
Okay. Well, let's start with the men. So if that is typically a place where men gain weight. because we have women and men have different fat distributions.
Yes.
Most men don't gain weight on their hips and their thighs. Typically, that's not what happens. It goes right up through the middle into a little tummy. And so when I talk about, like earlier when I talked about the PB&J, if you have quite a tummy, that's not going to work for you, because tucking it in around your belt at all is going to accentuate that. So if you, and you know, this is you, you'll know if you're tucking in a shirt and you think, oh, this is just not doing me any favors, right? If that's you, what you can do is you can wear a shirt that's more like a cotton shirt that you actually kind of have to iron, or is a thicker fabric, right? A button-up shirt that hangs loosely. Not too loose, but like hangs, you don't want to necessarily tuck it in, is what I'm saying. So it can't also be too long. So if you stand up and you hang your hands down the side, so right about, if the shirt is, if it's longer than right here with your hands down the side, that means it's too long to wear on the outside. That's how you can kind of tell as far as shirts that can be worn on the outside. Another shirt that can be worn on the outside, you'll see on the sides of the shirt, it kind of cuts up a little bit like this. And that indicates it's made to be worn on the outside. So if you have trouble finding those shirts, you can also ask a sales clerk. And the sales clerks, and not every store has a sales clerk that knows their merchandise. You'll want to go to stores like maybe Gap, Nordstrom, Macy's. You can ask them, hey, what shirts can I wear that are made to be worn on the outside? Button-up shirts. So they can come in like maybe a lightweight denim is a really great basic shirt that you can wear on the outside. That's just going to be the right length to wear over your pants. Another thing you can do, so any kind of shirt like that, so they have different fabrics, as long as they're made to be worn on the outside, okay? And then you just roll up the sleeves and then, you know, just unbutton it not too far down, and that's a great look for you. That'll kind of camouflage your tummy. Another way you can do that too is if you wear like a dark color, you wear a t-shirt underneath a shirt, an over shirt, like a button-up shirt. You can wear this shirt opened and you can wear a t-shirt underneath, as long as it's like a kind of a subtle darker color. It doesn't have to be black. It could be like navy, brown. It could be black. It could be gray. Not a tank top, not a low, but just like a crew neck top, maybe a V-neck, and just wear it on the outside of your jeans or your pants, and then you put a shirt over it, like the button-up shirt I was describing. That shirt can go over the t-shirt, and so that's another look that you can do that camouflage the tummy area.
No, I think that's such a important like casual outfit that you can definitely, I can see that. A lot of men could wear that on dates, and I'll definitely put an image here, and it could show that directly what we're referring to when we're speaking about like camouflaging. So more like an out cover shirt, which is light,
Yeah.
and you can roll it up on the sleeve, like how she was mentioning. I think that looks beautiful. I think it makes you look more handsome than what you were, you know, trying to cover up with a camouflage you know, shirt, for example, the military shirts. Those are not great.
Yeah, exactly. You look more put together too. Yeah, you look like you put some effort into it. So yeah, invest.
What about patterns, like patterns and things like that? Is that a good tip for hiding certain, you know, weight around that area?
You know, a lot of pattern shirts are really in style. I would do something like there's a lot of shirts that have like really small patterns, like small paisley, or I've seen even tiny nautical anchors. It's just there's all kinds. If you walk into like a Gap or a Nordstrom, or you'll see like plaids, you know, nice plaids. Patterns are great, perfectly fine. You should have a mix of patterns and solids, and I always recommend a denim shirt, because it's just, a denim shirt is so versatile, and you can wear it like a light over shirt, and it looks good with khakis, and it's just a good basic. So yeah, patterns are great.
No, I think, patterns is always in style. It's a lot easier to keep as well. And I'm glad that you mentioned that, because, you know, a lot of men are discouraged with pattern. They're like, I don't know what pattern, if it's going to look good. Try it on. Don't ever feel discouraged, and try it on.
Right.
It doesn't hurt, and it is an experience. And you mentioned about, clerks and what clerks may know certain products. Is there a way that some guy can walk in a department store and ask the clerk maybe a question? Like, sometime I go on and they say, what is a French cuff for
Mm-hmm.
men's shirt? Like, I would ask that, or I would ask, what's the difference from polyester and chiffon?
Yeah. Okay. So a rule of thumb when you're asking for help is not every store has clerks that know their merchandise,
Yes.
as I said before. So be aware of that. So Nordstrom has highly trained sales staff. Nordstrom is the best. Gap has pretty good sales staff. Express for men has good sales staff. Aside from that, it's really more like the smaller boutiques that probably have better sales staff. But if you walk into like a J.C. Penney's or a Fred Meyer, do not expect the salespeople to know what's up.
Yeah,
that will probably not happen. So just be aware. So even if you're walking, if you don't have a Nordstrom budget, but you want the information, you can always walk in there and just ask the question, then walk out and buy the shirt somewhere else that you can afford, right? Because you're just you're shopping around. But here's a tip for, I'm glad you brought up the patterns question, because it is an issue with some men. They go, I just can't wear patterns. I've never worn patterns. I don't like plaids. You just have like your own biases. I don't do this. Here's the thing. You probably have a favorite color.
Yeah.
Let's just say you like blues. So if you're like, okay, well, I heard this image coach, Lonnie, she said something about I should wear patterns. And so here, let me look at some patterns. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this, anything else. What you say, show me some pattern shirts in like the blues. It could be plaids. It could be like the anchors. It could be like, little flowers. It could be masculine flowers. It could be paisley, anything. But if it's in your favorite colors, it's going to feel a lot more doable. And it would be a good like first step for you to being more brave in wearing patterns.
Yeah, that's a really good point that you pointed out, both on pattern and about with the clerk and how to look for them and the name of the stores. So if you guys definitely is brave enough, went to a store and was successful walking out with even a shirt or shoes, I want you to leave a comment below. Just let me know if it is actually helping you out. I know we want to talk about, how in general does men look confident in general. And, Lani, I want you to go ahead and touch base on this.
Okay. So I've given you a lot of tips, and here's the last thing I want you to do is think that most women are judgmental and we're sizing you up from top to bottom. This is like an overall first impression. And what we want to see is a guy that is engaged in a conversation with us, that is confident, and confidence translates to looking effortless.
Yes.
Okay. You don't want to look like you never want to look like you try too hard. Hence my comments about, so what if you work out? Don't necessarily wear muscle shirts on a date. Definitely don't do that on a first date. Okay, do not do that. We want to think, to look confident, you have to feel confident. So I'm not suggesting that you wear things that make you feel not comfortable, because then you can't feel comfortable. I'm giving you tips that you can use to implement into your wardrobe. Like the colors that you like, I'm kind of giving you tips on haircuts, which shouldn't be that big of a deal to you. Like the tips I'm giving, those are definitely usable, real world tips that I use for my male clients all the time, and they're easily implementable. The feel is that when you walk into a first date, or an event, like a networking event, and you're just making an impression, and there's girls everywhere, and you're trying to size up, and girls are just looking at you. You want to look like you're comfortable in your own skin. You want to look like you're savvy. You want to look like you're up to date. You want to look effortless, and you want to look confident and friendly.
Yes.
And all that translates to you feeling good about how you look, right? And some women do care if you're successful. It doesn't, not necessarily gold digger to the point, but just that we want to make sure if we're successful, we're working hard on our lives. We don't want to be with someone. We don't want to date someone who doesn't put the same effort in. We want you to look like you're successful in life, right? And that translates to you looking like you care about yourself, like you put some effort,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I totally agree. Every part of what you were saying, it's all about taking care of yourself. And all these tips that we gave you, what we discussed it today, clearly will give you that next boost to the level that where you are standing today.
Yes.
And if you definitely don't know what you're doing, definitely either or you can more than welcome to contact me or Lanny regarding about you need help, and just say I need help, and we will be there to help you and guide you in whatever it needs to get you to the next level. And talking about the next level, we want to talk about the online appearance and like dating profile, how that impacts based on your wardrobe, because that image will show through regardless. So Lanny, I definitely want you to take this on.
Okay. So all the rules apply that I was telling you before, especially when people eat your haircut. Okay. Obviously, you're going to be taking pictures. You're going to be looking at your haircut, right? We want to see, so when we look at online dating profiles, it's of course the pictures tell a story, right? We're going to be looking at, it's like, okay, is this guy just taking pictures of himself in party mode with a bunch of women and a bunch of guys? All he does is party? Like, what is that, right? So we're going to make assumptions based on the story that you're telling through pictures. Okay, so just keep that in mind when you're looking to build your story on your online profile. If you're, all those rules, like the same rules apply, right? We want to see your personality shine through. Are you a laid back guy, or do you like to play sports? Is there any picture? If you're a sports enthusiast, let's say you like to play soccer. Are there any pictures of you playing soccer? The whole general feeling is that we want to see just a nice guy that looks like he's just easygoing and, takes care of himself. And remember that your online profile just really can be very powerful in the way that it can tell a story about you. So be careful about the pictures you post, and be careful about the image that you're posting online. If you are not that party animal constantly, then don't let that be all the pictures that you post online, because that's telling everybody else something about you that may or may not be true.
Yeah.
So be careful about, your brand, your personal brand.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I totally agree about like personal online brand and offline brand, because that's how you seal the deal. It's just based on that. And I did you mentioned a lot about like colors before. Wear your favorite colors, and maybe throughout all your pictures, wear your favorite color, because women are more visual, and when they look at certain color or certain pattern, we recognize certain things right away, just because we are psyche that way, right? Our brain just operates that way. We can feel and think. And a lot of men more are on the logic base. Is she attractive, and is she attractive, and can she take care of herself? All right. That's all men really think at the end of the day, right? It's not,
I
there's
think a
no
little
like,
more than that. I think that, not at a deep level, but we know we're talking. Men look at, yes, men are a lot more like driven, not so much the story as what women look like. I think that's the difference between a woman and a man as far as looking at online profiles.
it's true.
You
And
think?
yeah, so you guys have to create a hero story, or a
Yeah.
story about your journey, about you as a person, that would hook us in. There's a reason why, a lot of women are interested, on the book of the 50 Shades of Grey, is because it's a journey, it's a story, it's a good story. Vampire Diary, Notebook, any of these romance books, is because they hook them in. They become the character. So online appearance is so important. We talked about the dating profile and getting a nice haircut. It makes you look more chic, and the favorite colors that you like to wear. And most shots are going to be a lot of like close up or you doing activities. And that's fine if you're doing activity. You can wear whatever sport outfit that you want to be wearing. We're not saying throw them all out. We're just saying there's a time and a place for everything.
Yeah.
And if you're going to walk out in the street and if you're meeting the president on, passing by, do you look sharp enough to run the president campaign kind of thing?
Exactly.
So, Lanny, you made such a really important point throughout the whole process. And definitely I want to sum it up. Like, for example, tucking the shirt in. That's number one. Number two, don't wear baggy shorts that makes you even look shorter than you really need to be, right?
Yeah.
And shoes are important, and shoes do have a character and stories because that's your footprint. And, having that footprint in anybody is such a important aspects of it because there's so much nerves in your feet. You got to take care of those feet anyways. So update those shoes, give them a little bit more character. And when I say character, we're not talking about like Spice Girl bell bottom big platform shoes. We're talking about nice dress shoes that doesn't have holes and is polished and it's still in good use, and you're not wearing one shoes throughout your entire life, work, dating, and working out, right? You don't want to be wearing that.
Yes.
And she mentioned about like getting a nice glasses because glasses can make you smarter. If you don't wear glasses, lucky you, right? You don't need to have that. And haircut is having a clean haircut, and don't do it yourself. I don't care if there's YouTube out there and they can teach you how to do your own haircut. So you want to save $10. Honestly, you can spend $10 just on a haircut or a good barber in general. Or if you're an executive, you can go to have a full on hair wash and hair scrub and everything in that aspect. That's more of a great product, but treat yourself like how you would treat your client and as well as your partner or your potential date as well. So really pull through and through. Did I get all that right, Lanny?
Yeah, no, that's great synopsis of everything. I just want to also talk about the fact that, we don't want it to be necessarily a lot of work for you, but here's the thing. You need to show up for yourself. Yeah. You need to invest in yourself. And you need to show up for yourself every day and care about what you look like, because you're not going to attract somebody else who cares about themselves unless you do. Do you understand that? Yeah. It's super important. And if you show up for yourself and take care of yourself and care about what you look like, it's going to also translate into your professional life, guaranteed. Yeah. It isn't just the women that are going to notice.
Great point. Men out there who is watching our video, thank you for watching it. We are saving you from disaster dates. And there's a lot of subliminal message we talked about, and you guys are here learning this. So be proud of yourself. You got two women here is, helping you out. We are on your side. We are not against you and whatsoever. We're giving you lots of tips here today. And Lanny, how do we get a hold of you? If we do have certain questions, you definitely can leave them in the comment as well. Okay. Lanny, how do we get a hold of you?
Okay, we'll put my email address, Lonnie@backstagewithlonnie.com. Visit my website, backstagewithlonnie.com. It's BACKSTAGEWITHLANI.com. I will like to make you an offer. If somebody wants to have a discovery session with me, a phone discovery session or a FaceTime, I do offer certain limited spots of those. And if you're interested, email me. Yes. I will send you a form to see if you qualify for the free session. And then it's a confidence discovery session. We'll maybe make some recommendations and see where you're stuck.
Yeah, absolutely. Lanny, I want to thank you so much for coming on. If you have a lady friend who is struggling Just stay tuned. There's more videos that's going to be just focusing on women here on my YouTube channel, and Lanny will be definitely going to be a guest. And if your lady friend is struggling too, definitely send her here and we can help her out and giving her tips as well. So
Absolutely.
gentlemen, I want you to right now to do is put a thumb up, because Lanny was here to give us lots of tips on helping you to save your relationship and dating life as well. Not on top of that, I want you to subscribe to my channel and leave a comment. And if any of these tips that actually help you throughout your dating and your confidence, please leave it at the bottom below. So gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for your time, and we'll have a great day. If you found this video helpful, please share it with your friends, because sharing is caring. If you want my help in your relationship or dating situation, you can always book a time with me. Check out the link below. To stay in touch, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the bell button so you can be notified when I post new videos. Please go ahead, hit the like button, because it encouraged me to create more contents like this every week for you. If you have any ideas for a video, please leave it in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.